support.
Oh God.
We gonna go live. We gonna go live.
Oh my goodness. If
Listen,
y'all could only hear some of the background conversations that we have, they're so funny. Alrighty, so welcome everybody. My name is CiaraWimby, and I am and my thing is backwards. Look at there. I am
it's
the
not though. It looks the same as mine, but they
does
both look
it?
funny. That's what I was telling you last time.
So I am the CEO and founder of Live You Nonprofit, and our focus is to help women struggling with self-care get coaching and improve their well-being. And I'm also the physical wellness coach. So welcome in. And so who else do we have with me?
It is I, Cicely, me. Okay, no, Cicely, the mental wellness coach. Can't you tell? Loopy, no.
But she's showing all her mental illness right now.
No, all of my personality.
Everything.
Uh, you get it all today. It is I. But yeah, no, Cicely, the mental wellness coach, and then throw it on to Steph Ball.
Hello, hello. I am Stephany, the spiritual wellness coach. Welcome.
Welcome. And Stephany is representing, helping you get through your shadow self today with all her black on.
Repping the crew.
You have those human experiences, so you know what? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like you not.
Yeah, for all of it.
It's not always kumbaya shit. It ain't always that. It's all.
Sometimes you got to come prepared for war. I see you.
Sometimes it gotta be like that.
Oh, I
I hear
love
you.
it. I love it. So I just want to say this out loud before we get started, which is I thanked them earlier because we actually come on before we come on here, but I thanked them earlier because we all were expressing that today was a struggle for us to show up. And I think it's important to let everybody know that when you have goals or you have determinations or you have things that you want to do in your life, every day is not going to be a day that you want to show up for it. You may
Yes.
like the results of it, but you don't want to show up to get there for the results. And so the fact that we keep committing to ourselves, I just want to say thank you all. And I appreciate that from you all. And then moving on to the fact that today our conversation is about keeping your love cup full. And, when we say our love cup,
And
it's
it's only right. I have red love juice.
I should be.
Not my heart.
I got two cups over here. One soda and one is water.
Well, I have my water in my pink cup, my pink plastic cup, and that's what I'm working with today. And because it's about always the person that you should start off with loving is yourself first, because one of the things that I totally believe in is you give people from the place of your cup runneth over. And
Mhm.
so, in order to give anything to anybody, if your love cup isn't filled up, then how are you going to support other people? So let's talk about filling our love cups up. I love it.
Well, that's what love feel like to me, huh?
It feel like that. It feel like
Yeah.
All that.
mm.
All that. All that.
So before we start talking about what our perspectives are, or what we do, or what we've seen, what we experience, I know that there were some comments that were made for things this week. And
Mhm.
Stephany, I know you had some that you were sharing with us, and I know I saw some from Auntie Beverly. So I'm gonna go find the ones from Auntie Beverly. If Stephany, you could let us know the ones that you were aware of and reporting out.
Okay, so let me go to them.
Okay.
It go down in the DM. It go down. And nobody was talking to me this week.
Nobody was talking to you this week?
No, but that's okay. I really wasn't talking either. I've been busy. It's been a very busy week for me. So,
well, I found the one for Beverly. So I'll give those while Stephany's waiting to pull hers up.
Okay.
So she had a lot because she posted a couple days and then she posted another couple days. So I guess, she was thinking about some things. And shouts out to anybody who's on here as well. Didn't say hello and greetings and good morning.
Hi,
And all that
guys.
stuff for the people who are joining us live. But Come With Me to the Sea of Love. I don't know. That's a song. That was one of the things that she posted. And then you do not have to be right all the time. And you do not have to prove that you are right or prove that others are wrong. So that's how she's keeping herself, her love cup full. I didn't really understand that one. But not only respect yourself and respect others, also respect others' opinions, even if you do not agree. That's democracy. Keep your love cup full by showing respect for yourself and others. We can all agree to disagree and still love one another. And then listen, see y'all on Facebook.
Okay. So the first one, when you say you didn't understand it, I took it as though that's how she keep her cup full, not always understanding that she don't always have to be right.
Gotcha.
That's what I got from it.
Gotcha. Stephany, what you got for us?
So someone posted to our Physical Wellness Friday post, which I'm going to repeat the post for you guys, which is don't spend life daydreaming about what could be. Invest your energy in what is right in front of you and see how you can be cultivated into something meaningful. And that was by Aisha Bo. And so someone commented in...
We gonna go live.
Thank you. See how you completely agree. Dwelling on the past always hinders. I'm sorry. No, he said, oh man, does it ever? Living in the past will only keep you down and depressed. It is important to remember that you only have control over the here and now. And he loved the post. And I'm an advocate for that. If you cannot control or change what is happening, why are you crying over spilled milk? If I can't control it, I can't change it, and especially if it ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm out. I ain't been crying. I'm out. Cool. Let's go.
That's a learned behavior to be able to push past that like that. Like, and so many people get caught up in the thought of being, oh my God, that happened to somebody else, so now I'm gonna let it cripple me. Yeah. There's one thing a teacher used to tell me: your emergency is not my emergency. I was like, you said something there.
Yeah. And it is a learned behavior. And I had to actually learn it. And I learned that in my early 20s after becoming crippled by somebody else's experiences and what they were going through. And it wasn't just one somebody, it was multiple people, whether I knew them or not. But those multiple people had that one thing in common. They kept doing the same action that resulted in the same outcome, thinking that it's going to be different, AKA insanity. So I had to remove myself and remove my feelings, no matter how much I loved them or appreciated it, or it's not right. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm out. And then I was all about go get some money. Let's go buy your puppy. We'll fix it.
Don't throw money at it. That'll fix the problem.
It always works. And then I had another one actually from our post today, which is the settling one, which is you don't have to settle for what people think you deserve. I'm guessing her name is Naima Tang. That's who the quote is by. And a person commented and they was like, yes, very true. So yeah, you don't have to settle for what other people think. Everybody has an opinion. So
Everything that settles always ends up at the bottom.
yes, I love that too.
I take that not lightly. No settling here, because bottom does not sound like anything I want to be. So if that's where your opinion of me puts me, then yeah, you can go ahead and I don't even want to tell you what you can go with it, but just know, just go away from me. So yeah, Ciara, you experiencing
I've
technical.
been trying to say, right. I've been trying to say stuff. I thought I was unmuted, but clearly I wasn't. But
I saw your mouth move. I'm like, is she talking? Is somebody call her? I don't know what's happening.
So I was saying that Mama Val is and Auntie Beverly, they are watching through Facebook Live. So they are in the building. And so hey y'all, hey.
Hey, hey,
So
Mama.
Mama Val said identity. So that must have been based off of something you all were saying. And then Auntie Beverly saying, yes, my journey is not your journey. Mama Val says, if you are not secure in who you are, you will take on someone else's identity. Oh, okay. So she was clarifying that. Okay. And then Auntie Bev was like, be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Okay. And then Mama Val said, if you are not secure in who you are, you will take on somebody. Okay, so I was reading that again. All right. So
and then they had said, and
then one more again, and then one more again. And so again, hello everybody that's out there. Hey.
hey. I'm adulting y'all at this high level today, drinking this beet juice. Because listen, I'm here though. I'm getting my heart together.
Your self-love.
This is indeed
part of your
part
keep your love cup full.
Absolutely. Got to make can't have love without a heart. You know? So yeah, you definitely got to do the heart work to be able to love from a pure place, from a good place. And I want to dive more into keeping your love cup full. And so many people makes it seem like it's supposed to be such a taskful duty, like it's so hard. I'm like, it's not. It shouldn't be hard. It should be fun. It should be enjoyable. It should be something to strive to on a daily basis, because when you think about things that you love, it makes it, you want to get the best of you. It should pull the best of you out. So I never met anybody or even been in a position where I'm like, I love you, so now I'm gonna do you dirty. Like, what? It doesn't go that way. So when we think about keeping our love cup full, one of the major things is that, excuse me, am I coming from a pure place? Is this genuinely, is this love or is this ego? Because I think a lot of people get those two confused. And especially with today's society going on, was like love, equating love to money. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not it. So he said if he loves me, he gives me this bag, right? But yet then you like, but I still want his time too. He's like, but that's what you said love was. I'm just trying to pay the price for love. And so when you think about keeping your personal love cup full, you got to realize that it's not a financial burden. It's a legit self act. It comes from a pure place, and you want to see it grow and flourish. And it's a feeling that surpasses a lot of understanding, because we've done a lot of crazy stuff in the name of love.
I like how you say it's a feeling. It's not necessarily a tangible physical thing. It's a feeling that you get from how you're caring for yourself and or wanting people to care for you. So when we talk about the boundaries again, what we're going to deal with somebody, and not, because first off, we have to know what it feels like from within Like, okay, I like when this experience happens to me. And then when you come across an experience that you may have with another person, you're like, I don't like that feeling. And I know what love feels like for me. So I am not going to accept your behavior or your treatment towards me. And so
Mhm.
thank you and bye bye.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, when you said get in the bag, it made me think of loyalty because people also confuse love and loyalty. If I have your loyalty, that means I have your love. But are you loyal to yourself? You have to ask yourself that question. Are you loyal to you?
Mm.
Because you're only going to get what you give yourself. And loyalty means, are you loyal to your boundaries? If does your no means no? Does your yes means yes? Are you serious about the things that happen in your world, your environment, the things that you can control? So are you loyal
Mhm.
to yourself first? And also you can get the bag from him, but again, what you give yourself is what you're going to get. So if you give yourself a small bag, why should he give you a bigger one? Because you're cool with that small one. So
Mhm.
you got to be able to give loyalty to yourself first before you can expect for him to give you the loyalty that you want. It always begins with the self. It always begins with this shadow work. All this black right here, this is a shadow work. What you
You're
do in
right.
the start, you got to be able to be cool with that, because if you don't give yourself any loyalty, you cannot expect it from anybody else, let alone a mate. You can't even expect it from a friend, because a friend is only going to give you what you give yourself.
Mm. So I'm gonna jump in with Mama Val's comment. She says, if you're hurting, it's hard to keep your cup full because it has a leak. You have to
Mhm.
Mm.
get rid of hurt before you can be loyal or trust and even love. Hurt people, hurt people. Yeah, that's one of my favorite sayings to say. Hurt people definitely do hurt people.
And heal people too. Don't get don't
Say
make it,
that.
it's not
Say
all
that.
negative.
Say that. Say that.
Oh,
That's that. Okay, girl. I think that's gonna be my new saying. Heal people. Heal people.
Yeah, like whatever, like you said, you give whatever you are. So as you're doing that work, that self-work, you start it shows in every aspect. Just think about when you get on. I always use this as because it's a prime example and people see it all the time. But when people start to go on a weight loss journey, you know about it so much because they implement it in your life. Like, yep, girl, because right there you can do 3 squats and it'll get you a booty over it. Like everything they it just radiates off of them. And so it's the same thing with love, with loyalty, with with hurt, with all these things. As it's in me, that's how it's coming out. And so you start to see what really drives many people. If you really sit in and listen to that, are they driven by love? Are they driven by loyalty? Are they driven by negativity and hurt, bitterness? You can see it if you pay attention to what's their driving force. Because when you start to, not just walk and talk that talk, but you got to walk that walk. That's why, my basic thing is I can't hear what you're saying because I see what you're doing.
Hmm.
And so if it's not an action, love is an action word. It's you got to put it's something to it. And then once you really start loving yourself and realize what your love language is. But the real kicker is when you meet somebody else and you start to learn their love language. You love them in their language and not your own. That's what some unselfish love comes in. But once again, that takes work to understand, like, oh, wait, they don't love the same way I love, but yeah, I want them to experience my kind of love and I want to experience that kind of love. So let me learn you. Let me learn you what works for me and vice versa. And let me teach me. But because then now you're open to receiving love and you're open to receiving loyalty or whatever it is that they're willing to teach because you just want to be in their space. And that's friendship, sistership, ship, whatever, all these, it's in all those different situations. You can really play that and see how when you get with somebody you really like us ladies here, we really love each other and we want to see growth. So we come to the table with all of us, even when we looking like, because listen, y'all, before this call, we was looking like, that's why we was laughing so hard because struggle bus is real, but we show up because that's a
yeah.
part of the love and the work that we're putting in for where we trying to go and what's our journey. And so, like I said, what's in you comes out, regardless if you want to show it or not. Ready or not, here it comes.
And we're each
A
other's
certain situation to tell you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was jumping in. We are each other's accountability partners for the things that we set and the goals that we set in our lives together and separately.
Mhm. And the responses in terms of talking about love, with you leading from a love space, the responses that you get from other people is going to be different, and it's just going to be random. And so just think about going to the grocery store. If you go into a grocery store, as simple as that may be, and the line is really long, and you're not even thinking about it, because in different areas in your space and different areas in your life, you've already led from a place of love, of self-love. And so now you're at a grocery store, you're grabbing your groceries, it's a long line, and you get to the counter, the register, you're getting ready to pay yourself, but you got an extra $20 off your bill because of a sale that you didn't even know that was happening. That may not seem like a big deal, but if you think about it, it is a big deal, because you demonstrated a place of love from in other areas. You demonstrated.
During this time, that it's almost been a year now that we have been in a position where, for the most part, we have to wear the face mask and not, see people's smiles and things like that. And there's, of course, conversation about the less that people are having to see somebody smile, that's creating more distance between people, even if you are in the same vicinity. And it could cause people to be even more depressed or whatever, because even just seeing somebody smile is a great thing. And I noticed, honestly, every time I go out to the grocery store or to go run my errands, I always wind up having a conversation with people. And y'all know I don't wake up to be like, hey y'all, talk to me. But for instance, I wear a lot of white. And so people may stop me and they're like, oh my God, that looks so nice. Oh, I wouldn't wear white. Or the shoes I may wear, I'll have on like gold boots or something. Oh my God, I love your shoes. Or little kids like, oh my God, look at her shoes. They're so cute. And so then it starts engaging in conversation. Or yesterday I was out and I was going to get one of the little bags to put your fruit in. And this lady was there. And so I'm just patiently waiting until she moved. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just get out the way. I said, oh, okay, thank you. So I get my bag, but then I noticed I'm over here at the tomatoes, just like she's at the tomatoes. And I said, that's right. I'm following you. First, I was following you to get a bag, and now I'm following you to get these tomatoes. And she just started laughing. And so it's just like, I think about, oh, great, I was able to bring, a smile to her face. I don't know what's going on in her life. But clearly, so when we talk about self-love, I'm in a happy space. So I'm just like, hey, let me, make a joke or whatever, or let me spread some more sprinkles of happiness to people, because I have it to give. Because if I didn't have it to give, I'd be like, I wish you come on. I wish you move out my way. Oh, everybody's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see that a lot. Like you see, like, and I think we spoke about it before, like in driving in traffic. It'd be people, I'm probably the one that's yelling, like, get out the way. And see them like, they in a rush to go somewhere. Like, they're like, move. Right?
I have a whole story to it too. So let me tell you. I'm always like, oh, they late going to go see their mistress, or they was leaving their mistress and going home to their wife. So they got to get there. So let me get out the way so they don't get in trouble when they get home.
Stuff all like that. Meanwhile, they just trying to get out the way. I don't know. But so stuff like that is just like, and it shows up in different areas of your life. And as she wanted to spread joy, it's the quickest, the same way that you can spread it is the same way it gets snatched away, because you have to give your joy away. So the same way she choosing to make a story to keep joy in her house, here I am giving mine away because I'm mad. Get out the way, because my word is real choice. So I'm giving my joy away. And now that in the next area I'm going, I really have to sit and recompose myself because I'm coming in with I'm on 10. My energy is already earned. So happiness and joy and all these places, it's a choice. You have to make conscious choices to replenish that and not to give people that reaction and to operate out of that place of glory. Like, I kid you not, I tell my mama the other day, I think like, is my default setting violence? Like, what is this? The moment something go on, it's always triggered, boom, it's always default. And then I always have to reset, like, no, you won't. You will operate in a place of love because that's when you are in this space. But like, default setting is not always love. It's not always peace. It's not, so it's just like, but those are things I know that I'm working through to say, hey, let me operate to really where I am and what I want to see around me.
But
Let
I
me
like
operate in that space.
is it my default setting? Because I'm going to tell you, it took me some time to get back to this place, because in the beginning, when there was man, in the beginning of my life, probably up until, let's say, 12 or so, I was always very happy, very peaceful, very calm, very quiet, very just observant. And then at some point in my life, hurt came in place, right? And then another hurt opportunity took place, and then another one. And so then at this point, I'm like, hold on. Let me pull up my sleeve, because I see that y'all think that y'all gonna take my niceness for weakness. And that's not what we gonna be doing. And so I'm gonna show y'all I don't play these games. So then I have a long stint of putting protection in front of me, which comes in the form of, sassiness, or I'm gonna get you before you get me, or whatever it is. So now I'm not operating from a place of love, purity, and joy. I'm operating from a place of, I have to make sure that I'm not attacked first. So I'd rather be the attacker than being attacked first. And then after my mom passed away, I started doing a lot of work on myself, because I knew that I could easily slip into a depressive state and not come out of it, because I was so very close to my mom. And I was like, no, we're going to focus on happiness. So I did a lot of work, and realizing a lot of the things that I was doing to people between, let's say, 12 to 31 was from a place of hurt. So that hurting people. And so that's why I know that's a real thing. And so I said to myself, well, how was I prior to 12? And my default setting is, I'm happy, I'm peaceful, I want everybody to get along, and not because I just want to. And most of the time, I just want to also sit off in the corner by myself, like, please don't talk to me. I do not want to be bothered, and leave me alone. But and that's because that's how I recharge. And so then I'm able to go back to, okay, I'm, ready to talk to you now and help you out. And how can I serve you? And then I'm like, okay, you know what, we about to eat. I need to go back and plug up. Yeah. And that's what something, but in that time, I had this boyfriend that had known me during the, let's say, hurt phase. He was a boyfriend I had in my 20s during the I'm gonna get you before I get, me. But which was interesting, because he was somebody I called myself being the best with in that moment in time. And he wound up, and we hadn't talked to each other since like college or whatever. And so like 10, 15 years later, and we reconnected. And he was like, you are not the same person that I knew back then. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so very much, because the work is showing that I was like, I put in a lot of work on myself. He's like, it wasn't that you were not a good person or a nice person then. He was like, but you were extremely selfish, and you were extremely self-centered. And all you ever thought about was you, and you had no clue in thinking about somebody else. And I was like, okay, I could see that point. Back then, I would have been like, I don't know what you talking about. Oh my God, how dare you say this to me? And I was like, I could see that. I could see that as a point. And so then I'm just like, la, 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 la. He was like, you are so calm and peaceful. What has happened to you? Like, what, how did you do this? Is this in some type of drink? Like, what? I was like, you know what? Life happened to get me to the point I was at the moment when I was with you. And then life happened again to get me to the point that I chose to be this person that I am now. And at this point, regardless of how somebody else behave or if I like it or don't like it, I can choose to show up and deal with their stuff, or I can choose not to. I had a person tell me the other day, they were trying to get a reaction out of me. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's what we're doing now. We trying to get reactions out of people. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I don't have one to give you because the reaction that I will be giving if this continues is bye forever. Okay.
Not the
Because if someone is just trying to push my buttons, because there was a time when you could push my buttons and I'd be spinning all, out of control. But once really you're putting time into yourself and caring about you and what you're allowing, and like Stephany said early on, those boundaries, it's easy to get yourself out of BS. And you just like, that looks like BS and I don't really want to participate in that because I'm not aligned with that. But there was a time I was aligned with the BS and I was giving it. I was showing up for it and giving it all out.
yeah.
You know,
Go ahead, Stephany. My bad.
Default. It's so funny that you said that because I think at this time, as of today, I don't know what my default is. But prior to today, and up until recently, maybe 2-3 years back, my default was survival. It was always survival because of the life that I lived at the time. And it was always survival. And on top of that, it was survival of the fittest. So I'm finna survive every goddamn thing. That was my default button. It was survival of the fittest. And that's a scary place to be now, looking at it, going back, because when you're in a survival mode, you will make a choice regardless if it's good, bad, or ugly. In that moment, it don't matter what the outcome is. You got to make a choice right then or there because it's either you gonna survive or you not. And if you don't survive it, then the consequences for you at that time is like dire. It's really dire. And in some cases, it might be a literal thing. But if you make that choice, it don't matter how bad it is or how ugly it is, you had to make that choice. And you give yourself a rationale to why you had to make the choice to where it's okay, even if the choice was ugly, even if it was bad. That's where I equate the term good, bad, and ugly, because I have some ugly parts that I had to make those choices on. But I'm okay with that because at that time, in that moment, that was what it was called for. So it was always a survival and a survival of the fittest. And that crab in a barrel type of mentality, crawling out of that barrel, it's a challenge to do because there's other crabs that want to crawl out too. But if you can crawl out of it and you have to remain consistent in doing so, you can get out. And then your thinking begins to change. So it wasn't up until a few years ago that I had to change my default button because I didn't even know I was in survival mode, even though I'm even past some of the things that I had already gone through and been through. And it's not that I'm in survival mode because I'm scared or the traumas or the experiences that may have been traumatic that to me that I didn't even realize it. And sometimes you don't even know you're in a traumatic situation. That's the thing. And I didn't even realize that. I thought it was an everyday thing. I didn't realize I was in the middle of some crazy stuff that can make somebody go real insane. I thought it was just like, it's normal. Well, let's go get some more money then, girl.
I love it. Let's go get some more money. So
It was his life at that point.
Mama Val said, And this is, just her thought or her opinion, but she said, Mama Val said, I think Steph's default is fall back, walk away, or just watch to see what happens.
It could be. It could be. And I think that's that Cancer in me too, because I like being in my shell. I like being here because I need to watch and I see. Because for a long time, going out to nightclubs with friends and family, I was never that person to be out on the dance floor. I was always against the wall, looking at everybody and everything to see what was happening, just in case I had to come up out the heels. So it was.
Meanwhile, I'm on the dance floor.
Yeah, I'm
shaking that ass.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm like, what's going on? I'm oblivious to what's happening in the world.
Right. Like, I'm not even, everybody is having fun. It could be a group of us. It could be 15 of us. If it's 15 of us, I definitely got to sit back and I got to watch and see how everything playing out, because I'm watching the people. I'm watching people coming through the doors. I'm watching people leaving out. I'm watching the interactions between people, because I also know I got some rowdy people in this group that's just gonna pop off at the mouth, and I need to make sure they cool, because maybe one or two had a warrant I ain't know about. You got them too. I'm just saying, you got them too. You gotta what? You got.
Remind you not to go outside with you, dang.
They won't tell you until it happens. Okay, they don't tell you that until it happens.
Have a warrant.
You had a warrant this whole. Oh my God! I didn't even know this.
You need to sign
I'm
up
mad
for
at you.
this.
Now we can't be cool.
Yeah.
So yes, my position a lot of times has been to fall back and to just watch and observe, because I've seen so much, and movies don't really explain it in detail. They don't really give you the full color. They'll give you a black and white scheme, whereas I've seen all the colors in the rainbow. So yes, it's better for me to sit back, fall back, and look. And if I gotta make a move, then I'll make the move. And even if it's a bad move at the time, I've had to have a conversation with myself and be okay with that decision. And even now, like, my conscience is clear. What's happened is happened. If you did something to me, you deserve it. So
And when you say that, it makes me think about my mom. So my mother was a Cancer, and of course I don't know everything about everything she's ever done in her life, because mothers just don't share all of that experience with their children. But when you say the observe and see what you got to do, my mother would always tell me, I don't care what you do, I don't care if you even have to kill somebody, just tell me and I will make sure that we get out of it. And I'm like, what kind of connections you got? But it was always, just let me know. I don't care what it is that you do. So when you talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, I mean, my mother gave me the green light that no matter how ugly it was of whatever I may have done, first off, she was always going to be there and show up for me. And she was going to figure out how to get me up out of it. And she was like, because we going to get up out of this, because we not going to be separated. Like, we going to get up out of this. And I'm like, okay, so basically I can do whatever. No, girl, but I'm just telling you, if it comes to it, you know.
Because when you had that support like that, you would hop off that porch quick. Like, say less. Pitbull in the skirt. You didn't even know. Like, that give you a different kind of superpower right there. So that's a different kind of love. And unfortunately, a lot of mothers don't give that kind of love. And so when you have it and you recognize it and you see it in other mothers, you be like, bruh, we winning. But when you see it and you see that that's not the case, you just like, oh, like, it literally make you clutch your purse. Like, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But then it's like, well, you be that kind of mother that you want, So getting back to just love and the different dynamics of where it comes out, like a mother's love is different from a friendship love. Because a mother's love make me lose all rationale. Ain't no sitting back and watching. Ain't no let's hear it. Like, it just makes me go to a super default setting.
Default.
I'm roaring. Like,
default violent.
The button just got turned on. Okay.
It's a lot of ways we can play. That one is not it, right? So it's just like, but there's different. There's levels to this as it is to everything else. There's levels to your love, and there's levels to the way you fill your cup, It's like there's no cookie cutter answer to it. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck with just thinking that it has to be this set way because somebody else said it. Well, they said this is what they said it was supposed to look like. And then you be in there, then when it happened, you be like, it ain't even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give. Like, because you had this false sense of what love means or what it is or what it should feel like when you are the author of that. Every time I sit with the client and they talk to me about, well, don't nobody love me. I'm like, well, what's your definition of love? Because right now you out here looking for something that you don't even know what it looks like.
Man.
So now we just looking
for other people to do it for
And
them.
then you'll accept any kind of love. And that's the worst thing. If you don't know if you don't know what love looks like for you, you're gonna accept any kind of love, no matter who it's from and how it's given.
because that's what they said it was.
Right. And that's the worst form of exception of anything. You can't just accept anything. You got to stand for something because you'll fall for anything. So make that boundary. Figure out what love is for you. It's not going to be the same as your friend or your sibling or your cousin. It's not going to be the same thing. And
Absolutely.
again, loyalty, love. I know they're very close, but you got to have the loyalty within yourself first. You have to be loyal to you first. I cannot express that enough because we're looking for the loyalty within our friends. We're looking for the loyalty within our people. But if you ain't got it within yourself, how you expect for them to give it to you?
I would say it won't even attract it. You're not going to attract something that, even though they say opposite attracts you, it's still not going to be the same as what you need it to be for you. And so it's a daily struggle. Let's just say that too. Like, let's not make it seem like, oh, we got it one day, it's gonna be here all day. No, it's something you have to fight for every day. You have to fight to keep your cup full and overflowing. Because at this point, I can't get from nothing but my overflow. You can't get close to my cup. You get the puddles, the rivers, right?
You're not getting it.
Right. I'm like, what cup? Who got a cup? You got a cup? You mean styrofoam cup? What cup? You can't even see my cup. No colors, no nothing. No, because I'm no. I ain't got no cups. I don't know no cups around here.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard nobody name by the name of cup. Nope, nothing.
You need a canoe to swim up to the river to even know that it's coming from a cup, okay? So like, but that's how much self-work I've been putting in to even be able to give that. And it's not in every area. And that's one of the things you have to be okay with, is that you will never perfect every area. It's too many. It's too much. You will drive yourself nuts. So it's one thing, you created to do at least one thing excellently. You're going to be able to do a lot of good things. But there's one thing that's your lane that is you supposed to be. And you do it so effortlessly. Other people look at you like, how are you doing? And you like, oh, well, you just add the one, carry the two. And you be like,
did I do that?
Like, how you get two? I had four. Wait, what happened? So like, and it's so, but when you start to work on that and get that, like, that's your thing. And you have to be okay with that. You don't have many things, but as you get deeper in your thing, other things will come and you'll start to get excellent in other things. But that's the point. Like, you have to love yourself, give yourself that loyalty, that consistency to put in that work for you to be that person that you wanted to be, because you could keep on looking for somebody else to tell you they see it. I see it, but I'm not about to put the work in to pull it out of you. Oh, that's a good one. But when you ready, hit me up. I'm going to be over here working on my thing.
Okay. And also understand, as you work on yourself and you get deeper, the old is going to move around because you're making space for the new to come in. That includes the people, because other people are not going to understand this journey that you're going on because they're not on the journey, or either they want to be, but they can't be on the same journey. Everybody's journey in life is not the same. It is not a competition, people. It is a journey. We are not in life to compete with one another. I'm not in the business of trying to figure out how she got X, Y, and Z. I'm in the business of trying to figure out how I get to 1, 2, and 3. So I'm on a whole different journey on what I'm doing in my life. And I've said this to Ciara a few times. I think I'm in the heat of being upset at something else, right? I don't understand why people is so worried about what I'm doing, or why they feel the need of me worrying about what they doing in their raggedy ass life. That was the word that I used. Not to say that they are a raggedy person or that their life is raggedy, but that was just the term that came to mind, because I just understand. I don't care what you do in your life. I'm too busy living my own.
Listen, you're gonna
So
miss a lot of bags trying to count my bag.
I'm trying. You gonna get tired of trying to walk in my footsteps. I'm gonna tell you that now. You're gonna get real tired. But I say that to say that's why your life is your life, and it's a journey. It's not a competition. We're not here to compete. I'm in a nonprofit to help uplift and empower women even more because you already have the power. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to compete with you. I'm not even in the competition of that. I'm in the life business. I'm in the journey business. Let's go on this journey together if you want to. It's
Mhm.
your choice.
If
If you don't
you
want to,
want to.
if you want to, you don't want to, that's cool. I ain't gonna look at you no any kind of way, no other way. That's your life, that's your choice. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I gotta keep it pushing on because I got my own goals and my own dreams. So understand when you get deeper off into the things that you're doing with your life, that other people are not gonna understand that. So you have to be okay with that too. That you may lose some people along the journey because they're not supposed to go with you. Everybody is not meant to go to your final destination with you in the beginning of your journey. You're going to lose a few people along the way, but you're also going to gain more people who is on that same type of mentality of living their best life, if you will, to get into their goals in life. You're going to meet some people along the way. So you're going to lose, but you're going to gain so much more, and you're going to gain so much more within yourself.
Absolutely. You said one of the things that
That
when you said I had a
was
vision.
good.
Yeah, no, that was very good. Like when you said it, like on this journey, I just be thinking like when you like, speaking the club and when you go to the club, you pick up all your girls, right? And y'all in the car, y'all lit, y'all go, y'all have a great time. You get back in the car, it's 4 different perspectives happening in the car,
Of
right?
what happened.
And then you continue, you start to drop them off. Okay, that was your that was your stop. That's how I see my journey. It was your stop. And someone be like, I'm spending the night with you. Okay, cool. So we go into the same thing. And then the next day, up, that's your stop. And then life comes, things go on. And like you said, there's more stuff going on. But guess what? I ain't never letting go of this wheel. Right.
I like
So
that analogy. That is a good analogy.
yeah. So people gonna get in often. But one thing I can't do is get out. I can cheer you on. You can follow me. I can lead. I can follow you sometimes. But one thing, I still have this wheel.
Right, you're
Yep.
still the driver.
Still a driver. Cause this is my thing. And I can't let go of mine and help you do yours. Hell, we can even get a hitch and you
Right.
can and you can ride with me, but I'm not letting go of this wheel. And so that's one of the things of having to know and be comfortable with. And so as the people keep on coming in and out, waxing and wanging, as you continue to move forward and you put the work in and the things that you have been praying for and asking for, putting out in the universe, and they start to manifest. And people are like, how are you doing it? I'm like, bro, you don't see me, you ain't see this work. You gonna act like you don't know that. Okay. I don't know that cheat code, do the work. The only cheat code I got for you, the work. It's no cheat, there's no way around it. It's work.
I've told
And
so many
so
young people that there's no shortcut to success. You got to do the work.
definitely, always, it's never not work. Like, and then that's what's been getting me to stay in the present moment, to know that it's gonna never not work. So I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't rushing to get to this next level because it's gonna be another level of work. So let me just
Well,
make sure I get what I'm supposed to get while I'm right here, because I might need it to get there. So let me pay attention and be in this present space to get
right.
everything I'm supposed to get. Because while I'm rushing, I didn't. You know what happened when you rush? You get in the car like shit. Left my purse.
I forgot my
Shit,
keys.
left
I
my mask.
forgot my this. I forgot my.
At
Wow.
this point, it's always the mask, right? How I be a superhero without my mask, all right? So I'm making sure that I'm got my mask. If I don't have it, at least I got another one in my purse, or what it's in the glove box or somewhere. So it's
Somewhere.
just like, but you preparing to be in this present moment, that I know what I need. I want to make sure I have everything I need for that next level.
It makes me
And
think about
so
the ants and how you gotta prepare for the next season, and if you don't, then you're not gonna have everything that you need.
absolutely.
Yes. And you'll know when you're going to that next level because at least for me, it's a spiritual thing as well because those signs are jumping out at you along the way. It's not a coincidence. You're not going crazy. You heard what you heard, and they heard you too. They might want to play crazy, but they heard you. And you seen what you seen. You're not crazy, sis. You're not crazy. I promise you not. You seen those signs. Take them. When your gut starts to turn or some don't feel right, that's your first mind telling you what you should have been doing. Those are the signs. You got to pay attention to them. And so often we confuse that as, oh, I got a stomach ache, or maybe I shouldn't have drunk that. No, you're right. You're right. Go with it, because you're gonna miss out on what it is that you're supposed to see, and something worse is gonna happen. Then the consequences come, and then you're sitting here having a conversation with yourself after it's all said and done. And if you're smoking a cigarette, you'll be sitting outside somebody's porch smoking a cigarette, sitting up here like, you know what? I knew. My first mind told me, some told me that's what I shouldn't have been doing. Some told me not to go in that house.
Some told me. No, you
right.
know,
I don't like that some told me. I like to say, I had this hunch or had this feeling, and I decided to not do it. Well, how you know it was right if you didn't do it? You know what? I didn't want to test the theory. I was like, is that what you're saying? Don't do? Okay, let me sit here. I'm not gonna do it. Because I don't like to say, I've always hated that, even from other people, to tell me I told you so. I don't want to be part of the I told you so crew. Like no.
Because I'm the first one to be hollering. I told you not to do that stupid shit. Like, I am the first one, but then I'm also the first one that's gonna let's figure out the solution. But I am the told you queen. Like I don't even want to say it. Like everybody be like, I know.
I told you so.
I just sit there and rub my head, just be like, Jesus.
No, I gotta say it. I'm mad. I be mad, like, I told you. Now I gotta look. Now you in this car. I ain't gonna let go of my wheel, but damn it, follow me. Come on, let's get out this damn ditch, right? Because I'm pulling it out the mud. But damn it,
I hope you got your seatbelt on. Put it on. You gonna need it.
And I'm cussing the whole way. Know that you gonna hear this. But we out this thing, like literally. So the something told me, no, tell me what the something said immediately. Do not pass go. Pause. We always got a minute to discuss the something.
You always got that minute. It's always that something said. That's you. That's a sign. It's somebody up there in the sky with some wings and shit coming down to tell you, don't do it.
Whoever you want it to be, right. Holy Spirit, whatever, spirit, intuition, whatever you want to call it.
Listen to it, because it's telling you, but you keep going forward, and then you like, well, I shouldn't have, and now I couldn't have, and guess what? That's karma still comes for you, and it may not come for you in the manner in which you are aware of. That's the part, because when it comes back and it bites you, it comes for your ass. I be wanting to have a conversation when Saturn going to retrograde, be like, look here, I don't even want. Look, I've already planted my seeds in a positive light today. I already got my list together. I've donated. I've held people's hands. Nice. I've asked for forgiveness all this week. Because Saturn is the planet of discipline. It's coming for you. It's not a game. Karma is not playing games. So I don't want them problems. I don't be wanting them problems. They know who they talking to. They know who they made. So I don't want to have a problem. So when them levels come, you'll get them signs beforehand, because them same obstacles are on those different levels. It's just a different obstacle, because we have to check and make sure that you've learned your lesson from the last level.
I'm not gonna give you the same test twice. Duh.
Right.
You was ready. You cheat. That's a cheat.
Then you're gonna have the cheat notes, and we're not giving you cheat notes. We want all these tests to be surprise tests.
Pop quizzes. You be mad? Oh, I had one of them the other day. I was pissed. Like,
I would have been right.
Not ready. I'm not ready. I didn't say I knew it. I didn't say I was ready for that work.
Right. That's the whole face. Like, oh, wait a minute. I thought we had us a real conversation. I thought we had a heart-to-heart moment, and you gonna pull this stunt?
Like, how you gonna do me? You gonna do me like this?
Right. So now I'm sitting outside and I'm about ready to smoke another cigarette. Lord knows I didn't quit, but I'm sitting up here like, look, y'all stressing me out.
That one long tear, because you knew it was your fault.
Right. That one long, like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I know that was mine. I know it was mine. I know it.
What's wrong? Nothing. It's me.
I know it was mine.
It's a me thing. So, but yeah, we only got 5 minutes though. So That's you want to just go around and talk about the tips you have to keep your love cup full?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But hold on, let me get mine out.
Yeah.
So,
Let me get mine out.
Let
so I
me.
actually have mines, and my first one that I said was to say positive affirmations to yourself in the mirror. And that's just simple. Hey, beautiful, how you doing this morning? You doing beautiful. You doing a great job. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And you know how you talk to yourself. So if you got to be like,
Well,
what's up? You know what I'm saying?
wait, because I was about to say when you said that, hey, beautiful, I'm like, take me out the rotation. Don't good morning, beautiful me. Take me out the rotation. You got to
Yes.
talk different. Say something different to
Yes.
me.
You got, you know, you talk to you how you want to talk to you. You know you. But
Mhm.
sometimes you got to be like that. My second one was just have a conscious conversation spiritually, and release. So sometimes the things you can't control and you can't see another way, you have to let it go and give it away to somebody who can, or something or a higher power that can control and can change, and trust in that process and believe that it's going to be okay. So you have to have those spiritual conversations consciously with intent. And the last one that I said was to consciously walk in nature, paying attention to the signs of confirmation. You'll get those signs as you take a walk in the park, knowing that everything is going to be okay. You maybe a bird that you haven't seen in forever just stop right in front of you, or maybe you see the same numbers, 555 or something in a row, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you'll see a rainbow. But those are your confirmations. Take them as what they are, trust and believe, and move on to the next one.
Okay. Good tips. For mental wellness, I have do things that make you happy. Like legit. Like me, I'm dancing, I'm singing, I'm gonna read a book full of nothing. This is just like a fun fiction book. To let my imagination go. I do things to bring happiness to myself, find little fleeting moments of it throughout the day. The second one is surround yourself with people who celebrate you. Go where you are celebrated, not just tolerated. I want my girls to be gassed up, like, yes, you came through. Like, let's gas each other up, like, yes, where you are truly celebrated. And lastly, is don't fall in love, but rise in love with yourself. Like, it's a difference between fall. I don't want to fall. That hurt, right? I want to rise, pick me up, lift me up to the sky, twirl me around while I'm looking at those rainbows and those birds. Because here come the hummingbird and the rainbow in the field of tulips as I am rising in love with myself. So learn that. Learn to rise in love with yourself and grow. So those are my mental tips.
I
Love
love
it.
that.
Love it.
So before I say my physical wellness tips, I want to shout out Alicia. She's in the building. She's our newest Live You board member. So shouts out Alicia. So physical wellness. This one I focused on nourishing your body, and drink a glass of. She was doing it. Do it again. Drink a glass of water. Right after you wake up, your body is mostly made of water. It needs to be refueled. So I can remember as a kid, if anything was happening, if my eyelash fell out, if I was blinking too hard, a headache, what my mother was like, I don't think you had enough water today. You need to drink some water. I'm like, okay. But it's that vibration, raising, your vibration with getting that water. Take time to eat your food. Don't rush. A lot of times we got 15 minutes, we got 20 minutes, hurry up, we got to get somewhere. Well, having been a person having digestive issues, I know that if you're not processing your food properly, all your shit gonna go haywire. So allow your body to digest what you're taking in, and not just your food, but process of what you're intaking from people, TV, like digest information. um and then last but not least, stretch for at least 5 minutes a day. Loosen your body up, help the blood flow. So those are, some things to just focus on yourself, because we're always doing so much that is focusing on everybody else. So yeah.
Good stuff. Well, it is
Love
11
it.
on the dot. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for tuning in. And what they say, namaste out of Cicely's way.
She said namaste out of Cicely's way. So check us out on our different social medias on Instagram. Of course, if you're here on Facebook, our YouTube channels, go to our website, sign up for our newsletter, LIVYouNonprofit.org. That's our website. You'll also be able to see our different social medias. What month is this right now? We're in February. We're almost done. March 1st starts on Monday, and we will be introducing a new self-care e-box subscription. March is the month of focusing on women's wellness. So we will have an e-box focusing on feminine energy.
Ooh. Look
And
at
and and so also in the newsletter, we're going to talk about how at the end of next month, we will be doing a Live You open house, a virtual open house. So we'll have our board members here. We'll be here as usual because that's what we do. And we're going to be starting doing raffles starting next week, so that we're going to be doing some giveaways. Alicia, she has a self-care subscription physical box. So that's gonna be in part of our raffle. We're gonna raffle off some e-gift cards. So pay attention to our different social medias because that stuff is gonna be out there, and we're raising the money so that we can provide scholarships to women struggling with self-care, and then they'll be able to get coaching, 6 weeks of coaching from us at a very, very, very reduced price. So we're wanting to provide scholarships for people. So please help us help other people. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching on the replay, and we will see you all later. Live you.
Live you.
Hootie free kisses.